When Irvin A. Ward first came to Guam in April 1945, he was a young 20-year-old soldier, the island just several months shy of being liberated from Japanese occupation.
The Guam I was here had 20,000 residents, and most of them were Chamorros, and it was very primitive, of course. And it was littered, it was a lot of debris, and there was a lot of evidence of a lot of hurt that was put on Guam. But it was an unbelievable experience for me. I was 20 years old, and for me it was an adventure, and I thought I was invincible. I couldn't get hurt, but I was in a war zone where there were enemies in the area, and anytime you're in that situation, of course, there's risk.
Recalling his time on Guam, Ward says his arrival was rather unpleasant. He even had a close brush with death.
Harmon Field had a small runway, so therefore, to load bombs and get it ready to fly a combat mission, they had to go to Northfield. So they already had the crew. There was 6 people assigned to a crew, 6 mechanics to a crew. I had my own crew when I went to Northwest, but I was an additional crew at Harmon. So the crew went with the B-29 to fly to Northfield, and I went up by Jeep to meet them up at Northfield. And the plane crashed and everybody was killed. So I escaped that time, but that was lucky.
He left Guam in February 1946 and was discharged the following month. Now, 98 years old, he's back, seeing the island for the first time in more than 70 years later. Still, his experience was never forgotten. In fact, when he got the call to return and was told he will be honored for his service at the 79th Liberation Day, Ward had this to say.
To be honored this way and to be flattered this way, and even though there aren't many of us around, I couldn't pass up the opportunity, especially with my son accompanying me. I know the pride that he feels that I'm here. I have 8 grandchildren and 3 great-grandchildren, and I'm sure they'll remember this too.
A big family, only getting bigger now that he's back to celebrate Guam and the people. Julianne Hernandez, KUAM News.